Sure thing.
It's like we are live.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Flash Fried. We decided to let Scotty back on the show.
We regurgitated him because we ate
that
him,
decision.
remember?
Did we?
Yeah, remember last
week?
week?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Last week he was gone because we ritualistically, cannibalistically consumed Scotty.
Yeah, just like in that movie you made me watch. What was that movie? Where they all ate the little model chick and then they all they puked up her eyeball and shit.
Oh, yeah,
what was that?
Neon Demon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you guys ate my clone.
Oh, shit. So this is a big story for whatever reason. Batman, Catwoman, oral sex scene blocked from series. Heroes don't do that.
Why not?
Harley Quinn co-creator Justin Halpern claims this scene was nixed by DC, and the internet has thoughts. Batman can beat criminals to a pulp, take on supervillains, and live a double life as a billionaire playboy and Cape Crusader, but apparently cannot go downtown. Not downtown Gotham. He can obviously certainly go there, but he can't go, the other downtown. He can't eat pussy. Batman can't eat a pussy. Oh, yeah. What do you think about that, Joker? Hey, Joker, do you go downtown? You go down there? You eat that pussy?
I
think you have your answer.
I've been rather take the odd deep sea diving trip. You know what I mean?
Hopefully not too fishy for you.
I mean, you don't keep a fly ass bitch like Harley Quinn on the hook without eating a little pussy, do you, Batman?
I love this discourse.
I guess Batman doesn't know, though.
I also love that we're in an era where I can call this discourse. In a rather surprising revelation, the co-creator of the R-rated Harley Quinn animated series told Variety that DC blocked the inclusion of a scene from the upcoming third season of the show where Batman was going to perform oral sex on Catwoman. That alone is pretty eyebrow-raising, but what really set off fans Monday is the alleged reason the scene wasn't included. All right, so here's this quote. In this third season of Harley Quinn, coming to HBO Max, we had a moment where Batman was going to go down on Catwoman, Justin Halpern said, and DC was like, you can't do that. You absolutely cannot do that. They're just like, heroes don't do that, continued Halpern. So we said, are you saying heroes are just selfish lovers? They were like, no, it's that we sell consumer toys for heroes. It's hard to sell a toy if Batman is going down on someone. Is it?
No one asked.
I happen to know for a fact that Robin eats pussy, so I don't know what the...
Don't sell many Robin toys anyway,
Why would it be hard to sell? And two, why do they have to make a toy of that specific act?
They don't. I mean, let me just say, okay, so
this is some pearl clutching shit from DC.
I have actually watched this Harley Quinn show. It's a pretty decent show. It's very adult. The thing is that the show is very madcap and outside the box and clearly not DC canon anyway. They killed the fucking Penguin. They've done all kinds of shit on the show that's way outside what you'd see in the comics. They've fucking done all kinds of wacky shit with mainstream DC characters. It's clearly not meant to be this is canon DC universe shit.
I mean,
so why the fuck can't Batman?
He doesn't know what he's missing out on.
Why can't Batman fucking eat Catwoman's pussy? That's what I want to know.
I've got the answer for you. If you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm
I want to
know.
Joker.
DC's not gonna come right out and say it, but I mean,
you know Batman better than anyone.
Oh, I mean, if anybody in the world does know Batman, it's me. So, I don't want to get canceled though, so maybe I shouldn't say this. And I don't want.
Oh shit!
I mean, the Joker. Can the Joker even be canceled? Is that possible?
These days, yeah, for sure.
Fuck,
yeah.
Damn. Sorry, Joker. I didn't realize even affects you now.
Damn. It's pretty bad. Even the Joker has to fucking mind his P's and Q's.
Yeah, the agent of chaos has to be kept in line. Fuck.
I mean,
I'm an agent of chaos, but I don't mess with cancel culture.
You're right. I am the agent of chaos. I'll just tell you, Batman's he's a flyboy. You know what I mean? Always has been, always will be. You know what I mean?
What's going on with Batman?
He's a flyboy. You know what I mean? He's Fruit
I guess I'm not.
You know what I mean? He's a little bit you know, a little.
Superman's a flat.
Yeah.
Superman's the one that flies.
Are you trying to say that?
I mean, he's you know. Let's put it this way. Let me put it this way, okay? Why don't we put it this way?
We're a little confused, Joe.
Put it
Like
put it some other way.
120. I don't know. Let me check my notes real quick. 125 times I've sent that hot ass bitch Harley Quinn over there, like seduce him. Hasn't worked once. You know what I mean? That's all.
Shit. Okay. I get what you're saying now, Joe.
Someone in the chat says that Batman is a one pump chump. Is that true? Do we know this to be the truth?
I mean, he pumped me twice.
Let's see. Here's some reactions from fans, I guess. Why would Batman's whole bottom face be open if he didn't do oral? Ridiculous. I mean, that is a good point. Like, why? I mean, that's like, you know, seems like common sense.
I mean, he does do oral, but not, you know, not the kind.
Not the kind of oral.
I mean,
a little bit different kind.
It's 2021, Batman. It's okay. You don't have to. You can come out. Batman.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever rested your nuts on like Kevlar leather? It's not very. You know what I mean? A chin is much better.
That's true. So I was going down on her. Batman slaps Robin. Heroes don't do that.
They suck a mean dick, though.
Red Hood does what Batman can't. Has a whole different meaning now. Well, there you go. Kevin Smith here. There was a little pushback when we did the Green Arrow / Black Canary oral sex scene in my run with Phil Hester and Andy Parks 20 years ago. But my point to DC Comics editorial was Oliver Queen just knows how to make the ladies quiver, especially when he hits the bullseye. So I guess they didn't. I guess DC was like, we don't really sell any fucking Green Arrow toys anyway. He can go down on a bitch, but they don't want Batman going downtown. This seems like a really weird. Like, who would even make that fucking connection? Like, is DC really scared that there's gonna be a Batman toy on the shelf, and some little kids be like, "Mommy, I want the Batman toy," and the mom is gonna be like, "Nope. I heard it through the grapevine that Batman ate Catwoman's pussy once on an HBO Max show that's rated R that you're not allowed to watch anyway. So no toy for you, basically." Like, what? I mean, Batman has clearly been implied to have fucked Catwoman multiple times.
Well,
like,
I mean,
Batman's a fucking playboy. Like, he fucks, you know, like the Tim Burton movie, like Catwoman was like BDSM Catwoman. She was licking his face and shit.
But that's okay, because, dude, it's masculine. If Batman's like, Batman, that's fine.
Wait, eating pussy is not masculine?
I guess
not a masculine activity?
That's not for DC. It's not enough. They're like, what, she's gonna be on your face or whatever, man? Batman would be immobilized, and she'd be like, cat reflex. Batman's dead, dude.
I'm really gonna get canceled for this one, but
Go ahead, Joker.
It's actually canceled, it's not Selena Kyle, it's Kyle Selena. All right.
All right.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah,
whoa
now.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Now, that's not a dead name. It's not a dead. She's NB, you know? They're NB.
All right.
They're NB, you know?
They, them. All right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Speaking of that kind of stuff, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signs anti-trans bill just in time for Pride. This is actually,
Florida.
It's actually from back on June 1st. But
Florida doing right by the people, TJ.
I don't think we covered it, and if we did, it wasn't really in any detail. So
they're doing right by the state of Florida, dude.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis kicked off Pride Month by signing an anti-trans bill into law, the first explicitly anti-LGBTQ plus law in the state in more than a decade. In more than a decade, right?
Not ever.
Not ever, of course not, but in a decade.
It has been 1 decade since the last time we tried to fuck over trans people.
Listen to this.
Y'all reckon I know what it's about time for?
The act is called the Fairness in Women's Sports Act.
Yeah. I think we actually did cover this, but still, I think it should just be drawn more attention to.
We're a bunch of stoners, so we don't remember shit.
But I did want to also talk about corporate anti-LGBTQ plus bullshit. This is getting too long, by the way. This whole thing. It's getting ridiculous. Come on.
How many more?
Fucking
because the one that I know now is LGBTQIA plus. Is there?
I've heard that one too.
Let's just give them a rainbow symbol. No, dude. Look, just give those groups of people. Like, you guys get the rainbow symbol. Everyone can. It's a visual symbol.
It's actually getting to the point where it would be easier to just do like I think it was Dave Chappelle does, and just start calling them alphabet people. You know,
the alphabet folk.
Yeah, alphabet people.
Yeah, one of those alphabet people over there.
So, as everyone knows, all of these corporations in America are doing this thing where super woke. We love our gays. We love our lesbians. We love our trans. We love our bis. We love our queer folk.
They don't love the bis, TJ. They don't like them.
Nobody loves the
bi
bis.
is still there.
Nobody likes the bis. No one likes the bis. So don't even go. They don't say they like the bis.
You know what though?
They hate the bis.
Here's why I like LGBT.
They don't even believe in the bis.
I like LGBTQ specifically. No plus.
The plus, the plus they're suspect, TJ.
Because
don't trust the plus.
Because when you got the 5 letters, the bisexuals can be right in the middle, which is exactly
where they belong.
Where they fucking belong. Anyway.
What about intersex and asexual people, TJ?
All right. I mean, they're the plus, right? Plus.
Well, the plus is actually like demigender, and you know what I mean. That's
what I'm saying. It's getting too much.
Well, that's what the plus is for.
I'm not saying that those identities are necessarily too much. I'm just saying that this is supposed to be shorthand, right? When it gets to the point where you've included the entire alphabet, it's no longer shorthand.
Why don't gay people of all stripes do what Prince did and just rename themselves a symbol?
Yeah, we just need a symbol.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
People ask what you are, you just show them the symbol.
Anyway, they're very woke here in America. But over in China, Apple is censoring 27 LGBTQ plus apps, report shows. Apple says it didn't remove the apps, though. Apple's like, what?
We obey the laws in each country. They have to obey the law there. What do you want them to do?
Apple's App Store in China has removed 27 LGBTQ plus related apps, either to meet the demand of the Chinese government or in a preemptive manner, a new report shows. Research by the U.S.-based Fight for the Future, an advocacy group for digital rights, and China-based Great Fire, a nonprofit organization that tracks censorship in China, shows that only Saudi Arabia has more LGBTQ plus apps unavailable in their app store. According to the two groups' jointly published report on Monday, the App Store enables government censorship of LGBTQ plus apps in 152 countries, in stark contrast to Apple's pro-LGBTQ plus efforts in the U.S.
Well, that's because it sells here. It sells to be pro-LGBTQ here.
But this just goes to show this idea that I don't really know. Does anyone actually buy the bullshit of these corporations here? Like, does anyone actually buy it?
Yes.
It seems like the only people who buy it are conservatives who are like, these damn woke corporations trying to shove their agenda. This has nothing to do with any fucking agenda. Nah, this is just like, how is it polling in America? Okay, we're for it. How is it polling in Saudi Arabia? Okay, there we're against it. How is it polling in China? We're against it there. What does this government think about it? Okay, we're against it there. This is just selective, like this corporation. Man, we stand for LGBT
global companies.
Value. Oh, nope, we don't anymore.
They're global companies, and they have a number of different markets, and they're going to do whatever best for them in that market.
Multiple personality disorder. It's almost like they don't have any real fucking philosophical underpinning and are just about money. I don't know. Well, it's kind of weird.
They do. Capitalism. Make a bunch of money.
In the chat, somebody said capitalism has no morales.
Capitalism has no morales.
No morales.
No morales, bro.
No, but to answer your question, does this sell for people? The answer is obviously yes. Otherwise, the corporations wouldn't bother doing it. Like there are a group of people out there who love being pandered to by these corporations and don't bother to ask what these corporations put out there in these other countries or how they treat LGBTQ people around the world. They don't give a fuck about that. They just want to see their name. They just want to see them something that they feels represents them in the media in a place where they feel like it wouldn't have been. And so corporations are all too happy to do that as long as it fucking plays well. And they're doing it.
Remember when Disney has done this Disney's been one of the worst offenders.
Oh my God. Like, yeah, look at the Star Wars movie. There was a kiss and it was like the kiss could be edited out easily in whatever country.
Every fucking couple of months, it almost seems like they announce like, hey guys, we're going to do our first LGBT character. And like, they've literally done this multiple times. They're like, it's our first one, you guys. They keep letting, they've had like multiple firsts, all of which have been so fucking brief that they can easily edit it out for fucking any foreign market they need to.
Will Chinese be offended? It's gone. Will Saudi Arabia be offended? Gone.
So,
dude, it's the age of virtue signaling by corporations.
Oh, we love it. We love it.
Oh,
look, but
in China we don't love it. We hate it in China, but love it here.
There is a creative, an artist named Noel Stevenson who had a comic called Nimona that was overtly LGBT, whatever the fuck. I haven't read it, so I don't know. But it was being adapted by Fox into a full-length animated feature. It's gonna be the first main character, LGBT person in the. Can't edit it out. It's just there. It's entrenched. This project was in the works. As soon as Disney bought Fox, they fucking killed the project, like just dead instantly. So this whole like pandering to LGBT people. They're fair weather friends. They don't give a fuck about you. If you think that they do, you've lost your fucking mind. They care about money. They're a giant corporation. That's all they fucking care about.
I mean, by extension, you can say the same thing about 98% of politicians too.
Oh yeah.
If the wind was blowing the other way against LGBTQ people, these politicians would be right in there fucking dogging out fucking gay people again.
Who was your fucking friend when it wasn't popular? Was it because like this is a point I made repeatedly over and over again about Hillary Clinton. You can make the same point about Joe Biden, any of these people. When the opinion poll said we hate the gays, they hated the gays. When the opinion poll said, well, let them have civil unions, that was their position. When it was like, yeah, I guess gay marriage ain't so bad. Now it's like we strongly support gay marriage.
Let me be clear that my position is.
Yeah. What's popular? What's the poll say?
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of clips of Joe Biden going out there and going, "Oh no,
marriage is between a man and a woman." Man, plenty of clips of Hillary, fucking 4 years before she ran.
The defense of marriage.
It's between a man.
Didn't Bill Clinton
a woman
sign off on the Defense of Marriage Act?
Yeah,
my memory serves me.
And DOMA too.
Yeah. So I mean, they're no friends to that cause.
That is DOMA. Yeah, that's DOMA.
Yeah, they're no friends to that cause. They never have been.
I was saying also, don't ask, don't tell.
Oh,
that's the one I was talking about.
If it doesn't exist, it's not there, right?
Which don't ask, don't tell. Actually, I mean, that was like kind of a progressive policy in the context of the time. Like, because the whole, like, don't ask, don't, prior to that, it was like, if you were suspected of being gay in the military, they just kick you right the fuck out. Don't ask, don't tell was like, we'll look the other way as long as you don't flaunt it, basically, which is still pretty fucked up, but was actually a step forward at the time, but really, like, in retrospect, not a fucking great piece of legislation. But anyway, yeah, they're not your friends. And I guess most people know that, but if anyone doesn't, here's just a reminder. Here's a fucking great story. The Lunar New Deal. GOP rep Gohmert suggests altering moon's orbit to combat climate change.
That's it.
Oh, God.
That's it.
Gohmert is officially retarded.
That's it. Shut it down.
Look, alter. Damn, Paul. Like, see if I might actually become more of a doomer if I was stuck in a room with Louis Gohmert for enough time.
Shut it down.
To the ground.
Shut the whole fucking thing down. Let's individually examine. Like, I want a competency test given to every member of Congress and the House of Representatives. I want every fucking high-ranking government official to take a basic 8th grade competency test. And the ones that can't pass, Louis Gohmert's the first one to go, right?
Oh, God, he's gone, dude.
Listen, let's actually hear him say this.
Let's hear it. Yeah, we'll shut up.
Let's hear it. Maybe it's better if you hear it in context.
Informed by the immediate past director of NASA
volume
that they found that the moon's orbit is changing slightly, and so is the Earth's orbit around the sun. We know there's been significant solar flare activity. And so is there anything that the National Forest Service or BLM can do to change the course of the moon's orbit or the Earth's orbit around the sun, obviously that would have.
Like what? If we could do that, would climate change even be a fucking problem? Let's just change the orbit of the moon, or how about the planet while we're at it? Why don't we go a few degrees away from the sun? All right, now it's cooler.
We're gonna strap some rockets on the Earth. We're gonna
as if that's even
push it on out a little further from the sun.
It's not even the problem, though.
No, listen, Scotty. Where does heat come from, Scotty? Comes from that dang old sun. We just see what happens is we like circling the drain, get a little closer, little closer, little closer. That's why it's getting hotter. What we got to do, strap some rockets on that some bitch, push it out. Then we further away, nice and cool again. Yeah.
Why could you build something? Okay, but but how would you build something big enough?
Strap a jetpack to it.
But anything on this planet, that we're stuck on as humans, we can't build something bigger than the Earth.
We go on a rocket, and instead of stopping and landing on the moon, the rocket keeps going, hits the moon, and then the rocket engine pushed the moon a little farther away, and then we cut the engine. So why couldn't the Forestry Service do something about this?
Yeah, I don't know. Why the Forestry Service
or the Department of Forestry
BLM for that matter. Listen, BLM,
NASA,
all these BLMs, they out there destroying the target, but they ain't building no propulsion system to move the Earth out a little further from the sun. So checkmate, libs. Like, what's happening?
Can we stop? Can we just stop covering the news?
Yeah, I have every confidence in the government after seeing its representatives speak.
We're being trolled.
All right, BLM is Bureau of Land Management in this context. Sorry, it's not actual.
I now believe that the Truman Show was the Truman Show, dude, was a warning to us. We're living in it. All this news and the shit that's going on in the world, it's not really happening, bro. It's for our fucking benefit, for some fucking experiment or something. Gohmert doesn't exist. There's no way that this person here got elected to any fucking high office. Okay? There's no way. Look at him. Let him talk. No, let's hear him.
I would have to follow up with you on that one, Mr. Gohmert.
Yeah. So if you figure out a way that you...
that poor woman.
I would have to follow up, and you're a moron. You're an idiot, Mr. Gohmert. You shouldn't be... I'm terrified right now that you're in the seat of government.
Can you imagine
making decisions?
Can you imagine if you're like, I don't even know what that woman is, like some kind of political person, you're like you're like head of the Forestry Service or whatever the fuck she is, and some an elected official comes to you, is like, well, could we just like move the Earth or move the moon? And you gotta like be like, yeah, I'll look into that for you. We'll get back with you on that real soon, bud.
Well, I mean, if you move the moon, it would change the tides, and if it changed the tides, wouldn't it help the ocean?
In the Forest Service can make that change. I'd like to know. Also, just to put on your radar, as the Associate Deputy Chief in the National Forest System, we've got a couple of national forests in East Texas in my district, and I get complaints regularly about, whether it's culverts not being repaired. It's almost as if the Forest Service wants
what
the land
segue
for themselves.
Into local constituent politics. You know what I mean? Do you guys think that you might be able to move the moon? Also, before I let you go, there's a culvert in East Texas somewhere in the forest.
Could you look into that?
I think you need to do better maintenance on that.
Maybe after you move the moon, if you could clean out that culvert and repair it somewhere in a forest in East Texas. I'm sure you know the one. I'm sure there's not several thousand culverts in the forests of East Texas. Go ahead,
Not
after
for the public. We also know that in
the lesser job, of course, is replacing the culverts.
Well, that's something, I guess.
See, in a perfect world, you make a dumb statement like that, you're gone. Yeah. You're out of office. You're just like, okay, stupidity level reached.
Today, Rep. Louis Gohmert was replaced after Turned out he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
He was immediately replaced with someone much more intelligent.
He reached the newly established stupidity threshold, instituted by Overlord Zigo. Was promptly kicked out of government.
Here's what you do. You get a fucking, here's the tribunal of stoners, right? You get a tribunal of people, of stoners sitting around a table smoking weed, and then you present them with like things that elected politicians have said, and if this whole table of stoners cracks up laughing, then they're immediately fired.
Fired.
That's right. Louis Gohmert says he wants to move the moon to fix climate change. What?
How can
He's
you
gone.
do it, bro?
The Council of Stoners has spoken. More aptly, they've laughed.
You know what, though,
go.
bro? He's gonna get the last laugh when he moves the fucking moon. I didn't think about that, did you, TJ? They're gonna get back to him and like, sir, it's actually quite easy to move the moon.
Dude, when the fucking Gohmert engine fires up and you're outside watching it, you're gonna feel real dumb, TJ.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, I guess I was mistaken.
The Gohmert 9000 is about to move the moon in an unprecedented in human history spectacle in the night sky. Louis Gohmert standing on the moon live. Mr. Gohmert, are you there? Oh, yes, I'm up here. I'm ready to go. About to fire up the moon missile fucking engine.
As fucking Mahatma Gandhi said, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. Inspiring words. We're at the laughter stage now, but soon, Louis Gohmert's going to move the moon.
Soon we'll win.
Brilliant.
Soon we'll be at the winner's stage.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, Louis, you did it. You moved the moon, buddy. You solved climate change.
Fuck moving mountains, he moved the moon.
You know, at least he's thinking big. I love that this is the same group of people that's like, man, this Green New Deal goes too far. What we ought to do is just move the planet and its moon to a new, That's the Green New Deal's too far, but let's move the planet and change its orbit. That's fucking
also
okay.
Fundamental misunderstanding of what climate change is and what its impacts are.
Get it further from the sun, Scott. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be just fucking fine, bro.
Well, yeah. If you move it too far, then never. What am I trying to explain to some idiot like this that would never get in a million years?
Anyway, Amazon tracks warehouse workers' every move because Jeff Bezos thinks people are inherently lazy, report says.
Gotta agree with Jeff Bezos there, TJ.
Some Amazon policies were built to stop a march to mediocrity, a former executive told the New York Times. He pointed to a short-term employment model and performance trackers to keep workers on their toes. The Times report revealed the restrictive policies that govern one of the nation's top employers. Many of Amazon's policies were designed to prevent workers from becoming lazy, a former vice president told the New York Times.
Quite common.
David Niekirk, who helped design the company's warehouse management system, told the publication that founder Jeff Bezos' belief that people are inherently lazy helped shape the company's policies. Bezos believed that workers' desire to perform well decreased over time and that an entrenched workforce was a march to mediocrity, Niekirk told the Times. What he would say is that our nature as humans is to expend as little energy as possible to get what we want or need, Niekirk told the Times. He pointed to a short-term employment model that doesn't provide employees many opportunities for advancement and to the way Amazon used technology to keep workers on task. Amazon doesn't guarantee wage increases after a worker's first 3 years, the report said, as a way to oust employees who might become too comfortable at Amazon or turn disgruntled.
You know what? You know what? Can I ask the Forestry Service or something here? Is there any way we could send Jeff Bezos to the moon and leave him
he's
there?
Going. He's going.
Well, sir,
actually,
we're looking into that
very
right
interesting.
now.
You should say that. Hold that thought, Paul, because hold that thought.
Is there life on Mars? We shall find out.
The practices that Niekirk described as are some of the company's most contentious, like firing employees for a single day of low productivity and continually keeping workers on task with limited breaks and high productivity goals. The practices have left many workers feeling as if Amazon treats them more like machines than people, the Times reported. We are human beings and employee. So Amazon loves the high turnover rate because they get people when they're desperate. They work them until they pretty much can't take it anymore, and then they're just spit out the other end. Worse for the wear, but
he's a modern day Jay Gould. Like, this is exactly the same shit that was coming out of fucking employers in the Gilded Age and shit.
Yeah.
You know, like, fucking people are just going to leave. Who cares about turnover? Work people into the fucking ground. And then there's an endless supply of new people looking for jobs. Fuck what they want. Fuck the profit margins getting, slimmer because we're helping people out and shit. You know what I mean? It's the same exact fucking political climate that was present in the fucking Gilded Age. And here it is again.
Paul's talking
It's
scary,
back.
TJ. How will you get your packages quickly?
Here you go, though. You'll want to sign this, Paul. Petition to deny Jeff Bezos Blue Origin space flight re-entry to Earth, making the rounds. The Amazon founder is set to lift off on July 20th. So he's leaving Earth on the 20th. And apparently there is now a petition circulating saying that he should not be allowed to return to the Earth. A new petition is looking to make Blue Origin founder Jeff Bezos' upcoming suborbital space flight a one-way trip. The change.org petition, which was launched 5 days ago and has been signed by nearly 7,000 people as of Tuesday morning. Let's contribute more signatures to that. Is urging that the Amazon founder be denied re-entry into Earth's atmosphere following Blue Origin's first passenger flight set for July 20th. Jeff Bezos is actually Lex Luthor disguised as the supposed owner of a super successful online retail store. However, he's actually an evil overlord hell-bent on global domination. Petition organizer Jose Ortiz said, "We've known this for years. Sign the petition, share with your friends and family. The fate of humanity is in your hands." So yeah, this is basically send Jeff Bezos to the moon. Maybe not necessarily the moon, but just confine him to space.
Dude, is it any wonder that he's flying to space on a big giant cock?
Yeah, I mean, look at it. It's a big dick.
It's literally the most dick-like thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I've seen dicks that look less like dicks than that fucking spacecraft, dude.
I'm gonna fuck the sky. I'm Jeff Bezos.
It's not even a subliminal dick. Like, you got to look for the spaceship.
No, it's got the full dick anatomy. It's got the frenulum and the fucking head and the fucking foreskin and the whole nine.
Wait till you see what launches it. It's like a giant hand.
Yeah. There's a big set of balls that hold the fuel.
9.
Wow.
The hand comes out.
Look at
10,
Jeff Bezos' massive rocket.
9,
it's huge.
8.
It's
7,
about to lift off. It's gonna blow.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, lift off! Oh, the humanity.
It's
the unique shuttle design.
What if it doesn't actually launch? What if it just squirts Bezos out the end of it? You know what I mean?
Jeff Bezos, he comes out. He's dressed as a sperm. He's like wriggling around and shit.
Some Ace Ventura shit. He emerges from his cocoon. Bezos is pleased.
Bezos first announced in an Instagram post last week he was headed to space with his brother, Mark Bezos, and one auction winner who was recently sold a seat on the Blue Origin spacecraft for $28 million. Which, by the way, the government just gave this fucking company $10 billion, right?
Yeah, I believe you're right.
And, by the way, this guy, a bunch.
As I was saying before, there've been rich
Shut up.
space.
Before we go on, there's been people in space for a long time, but listen, Jeff Bezos going to space.
This motherfucker paid no personal income tax in 2011, and I think a few other years as well.
Excuse me while I fuck the sky. This dude is literally raping the Earth's fucking stratosphere, and we're just all standing by like he's doing, like nothing's going on. I mean, come on, dude. He's flying a dick into the fucking womb of the universe. Are we gonna stop this fuck or what?
He creates many jobs, Paul. May they be horrible jobs? Yes, but jobs nonetheless.
I mean, he says that it's just
creator.
He says that it's just like measurement tools and stuff in those big bulbous balls at the bottom of that rocket ship. But how are we to trust that? What if it's some fucking
nefarious scheme to fucking take over the goddamn planet by holding us hostage with some kind of fucking mega weapon or some shit. Like, I'm dead serious. How do we know? Is the fucking U.S. government gonna search the Blue Origin spacecraft to make sure that that fucking big bell end at the top of it isn't like some kind of fucking laser satellite or nuclear weapon or some shit?
I'm sorry, Paul. What do you mean take over?
One day we're just sitting
It's
around.
already happened.
We'll be sitting around watching TV or something, and then Bezos will just appear. It's like, hello, I'm Jeff Bezos. It's like, all right, what's going on here?
Hello,
New
planet
Emperor of
Earth.
Earth.
It's I. He won't say Jeff Bezos. He'll say, it is I, Bezos. I speak to you now from the head, from the glands of my rocket ship, the Good Shepherd, in high orbit around the Earth. And I have bad news for the leadership of your nation. You see, they keep trying to make me pay taxes. And it seems that this year, I will owe. This is not the case, though. For I know that our leaders will see true wisdom of reversing their position. Else I fire what lies in the balls of this spacecraft. It's like, no. Why do we let him do this? Why did we let him put the fucking cum hammer in the fucking atmosphere? You know what I mean?
Just to show I mean business, say goodbye to the Washington Monument or whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
It gets Independence
The
Day.
dick glows. Yeah. A fucking
boom.
No, fuck that, dude. The aliens,
My
man.
phallic symbol destroys your phallic
Nah,
symbol,
dude,
U.S. government.
He's got to blow up the fucking White House, dude. You got to show me it means business. Be like, look, that's
You can't-
gone.
You can't open with blowing up the White House. You got to blow up something symbolic first. You blow up the White House later in the movie, you know?
All right, fine. How about Mount
Have Joe
Rushmore?
Biden leap out just before the...
I haven't leap out at all. I haven't be like, what?
Anyway. Let's not let him do it. Speaking of Joe Biden, pure business at Biden-Putin summit. No hugs, no brick bats. The
Dude,
fuck
it
is
looks-
a brick bat?
It looks like they're doing like one of those down-ass gangster handshakes right here. It looks like they caught him right there at that point where you like pass each other's hand and catch the thumb and then bring it back. You know what I mean? Oh, okay. They closed it up. I thought they were going to do like the full-blown like...
Here. Let's see the shake.
Does that look pretty tentative? No, it's all right. That's a decent shake.
Let's see. I want to fucking scrutinize this shake.
Let's see if we can find the Trump handshake with Putin.
I want to see this shake in slow-mo. See if it's a fucking strong shake, weak shake. Who puts the hand out first? It's Joe, right?
Yeah.
Joe puts the hand out. He puts his hand out. Boom. They lock. Firm shake. How close do they get? That's about as close as they get, huh?
I don't know. I mean, they're, you know what I mean?
All right. Fairly respectable fucking handshake, I would say. I can't really see anything to criticize about it.
Dude, look at the
Body.
Trump. Just go to YouTube and search for the Trump Putin handshake. I agree
wanna
with
see
fucking
the-
Scotty. I want to see how
see
this
it.
handshake holds up.
Oh, dude.
There's a close-up on the handshake.
Okay.
Apparently,
That's a
we're not the
firm
only
one.
ones scrutinizing this handshake. So he's fucking giving Putin a nice, like, firm, like, all right.
Yeah, you can see it's a 10 shake.
He's got
Can we
like some
fucking-
white knuckles there. So he's showing him on the outside there. And look, yeah, dude, he's giving him
You
a good
can't-
squeeze.
I mean, you can't fucking give Putin a fucking limp-ass handshake,
No.
right?
You
No,
hand Putin a wet fish, and he owns
next
your
thing
ass.
you know, next thing you know, we're nuclear annihilated or something,
Yep.
you know? Putin's like, they are weak. I mean, his stupid shades. All right, let me find the Trump handshake.
It's pretty easy to find. There's a couple of them
Trumpy.
actually.
Oh, Trumpy. All right, let's
Trump
see.
handshake with Putin.
Let's see how Trump done. This is Trump's first handshake with Putin here.
Let's see it.
Handshake police. Do. Let's see. Is this it? No, that's let me just make sure this is the right place in the document here. All right, here we go. So this is Trump's first handshake with Putin somewhere in here. Let's see. Where's the footage? Okay.
All right, he's going in.
Hold up.
There's Merkel.
Let's see.
Who cares about that?
Boop. You know what? Oh, he patted him.
He's like,
That's Chad.
That's Chad.
Not bad.
It's weird.
I want to see the other one though.
He patted the underside.
That's like a very quick handshake.
Well, this is their first handshake. It's the first handshake they ever had.
Right.
That we know of.
Now, Biden has shaken fucking Putin's hand before, though. He's been VP.
That's true.
That's true. He's probably shake the motherfucker's hand at one point before.
And he's been a senator since forever, so you got to imagine.
Yeah, let's see this shit. I want to see this one in slow-mo.
Yeah, slow that down. Shit. But I'm telling you, it looked pretty strong. You know, you gotta imagine Trump knows how to shake a fucking close out a deal. You know what I mean?
He's gotta. I mean, like, he's a business guy, so
at least he's got the handshake down, one would say.
All right, so this is it's a more casual setting too. They're not like,
and he approaches him like with more of a look of supplication. But then this move, this underarm pat move here,
I want to see how that feels, Scotty. Shake my hand, but fucking pat the underside of my hand when you do it.
Gotta make sure.
All right,
and I even do it as many times. Trump.
It's more chummy.
He actually did it like this.
I feel like he did it more here.
Yeah, he did it on the back of the forearm.
It's definitely a more chummy fucking shake.
Yeah, right. It's actually more of a it's an aggressive one.
It's less formal, dude. It's less formal.
It is a less formal setting. They're in like they're sitting around a table, other leaders are there. They're not like standing up on a stage in front of everybody.
Putin's like has a smile on his face.
I don't think fucking they're definitely seem more friendly.
Yeah, there's another one that it's more like a formal one.
Let's see that then.
Let's take a look at that one.
Oh, let me find that shit.
Yeah, there's one where they're sitting down. They don't even stand up.
We're not ready for that yet. There we go. The fuck? Go back to goddamn piece of shit. All right, hold on.
Yeah, it's right there.
This one?
Yep.
All right. Now this is awkward because there is a distance between them though, so they don't have freedom of motion here in this fucking
Still
clip.
Though, you got to be able to give a strong handshake no matter what the fucking auspice is. You know what I mean?
All right, here we go. Here's the fucking moment. Is this like we're gonna do it normal speed first, then we'll fucking take slow-mo look.
Yeah, let's look at the whole arc of the shake. So it is okay. So this is a different handshake.
Yeah, this is different. Trump.
So one of the things that Trump does different is Trump's resting that hand on their, like he's not gripping as much. He's more like it's a little looser, I think. It might be tighter in the palm, but his fingers are like kind of free to roam.
He's doing like this.
Yeah, like he's putting his fingers up the wrist. It's kind of a more intimate thing.
Oh shit, dude! Maybe they're both Crips or some shit.
Well, you look at it too. It's Trump that offers the hand first. They don't come out with the hand at the same time. Trump offers the hand, see? And then
same way Biden did that too, though.
See, that's the question is like is that a strong move to be the first one to go for the handshake, or is it the strong move to wait to be supplicated to with the handshake?
Well, if you initiate the handshake, then they're doing something because you're doing something. So there is that. But then there's also something to be said for being for the opponent coming to you and being like, here's my hand. Right. So I don't know. You could kind of frame it either way. It kind of just depends on how you want to look at the situation.
I wouldn't say that this is an overwhelmingly weak handshake here.
No, it's fine. It is a little bit more chummy. I feel like they're more chummy.
This is not chummy. Look at Putin once this handshake plays out here.
But look at, I don't know, Trump's
Watch
hand.
this framing and look at the look in Putin's eyes here. That's not chummy, dude. That's not chummy. He's giving him the motherfucking death stare there. And look at the difference in posture. Like
it's weird with these fingers too. Trump's way more leaned in. When Trump was leaning towards Putin when he fucking approached him in that other clip too.
Yeah, there's almost some more familiarity between those.
He's got this like lean in kind of thing he's doing.
But that's probably Trump probably does it to everyone because he's also a lot bigger than Putin. He's
I
like
think it's
6'3".
weird that the placement of his finger weirds me out because it's like he's touching his wrist.
Well, you gotta realize too, Putin is 5'3" or 5'4".
He's a shorter guy.
And so Trump's hand is probably a good twice the size of Putin's hand. So he's got all that extra fingers hitting the back of fucking Putin's. That's why. You know what I mean?
You know, one thing that I think was a little bit more. So one thing I think was a little bit more beta about Trump's handshake was the finger placement. But one thing that was a little bit more alpha is I feel like he looked at Putin more directly, whereas Biden kind of was like halfway looking at Putin and halfway looking at the crowd.
Let's look at the Biden shake again then. Now having seen that.
Like, look at his eye placement when he's doing it, okay?
Yeah.
So hold on, let me just put it back up there. So look at Biden's eyes as he does this shit. Here, let me make it a little bit bigger. Now he's looking at him directly to start, but like I think about midway through the shake, he kind of like turns more towards the people.
Well, they're looking at the cameras at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, they both kind of fucking did the pose thing.
That's true.
Yeah, this is just like a photo op.
You know, dude,
it's more staged.
As much as I would like to shit on Biden for this, like he's at least looking pretty strong sitting there next to Putin.
Yeah.
And Putin's got a gut.
Yeah, a little bit.
What's up with that Putin gut?
Never visit Russia, Paul.
What happened to what happened to the bear rider, dude? The guy that fucking rides Kodiak grizzly bears around the Siberian tundra.
Biden likes to like do the whole leg thing too. Like, yeah, I'm just like casual and shit.
That's a power move though.
Yeah, and it's pointing towards Putin. And I noticed this little thing with Putin's foot here too, where he like kind of does this weird little foot stretch.
Yeah, it's like a tap.
Now, if my ass was there, I'd be like sitting there like, so.
Well, that's Kislyak right there next to him, isn't it?
I don't know.
That's his like
little right-hand man or whatever.
Well, that's the guy that fucking Trump like revealed national secrets to in the Oval Office.
Shocking.
Dumbass motherfucker. All right, what do we got here? This is just a cluster of reporters trying to get a glimpse of what's going on.
Yeah, dude. Dude, Putin's got a belly. It's lapping over his fucking belt. Dude, Joe's in better shape than... Dude, you know that has to gripe fucking Putin's ass.
Well, you know, Joe's sitting in a better position to hide any belly that he has, too.
Biden's never... I mean, Joe Biden's really been fat.
I know. I'm just saying, even if he has a gut... I don't think he does, though.
Well, Biden's a little bit taller, too, so that helps him stay a little bit thinner on that side,
Stretches.
Too. So,
yeah,
Putin's a little bit... he's stockier, so probably a little bit more prone to a gut.
He doesn't look like he's got, like, a Prego gut, and he's definitely hid well by this, like, Valentino suit or whatever the fuck he's wearing when he's standing. Mm-hmm. But when he opens that coat up, he's got a little bit of a beer belly dunlapping over that belt.
Yeah.
He looks uncomfortable. Go back.
Sorry.
Double chin, too. He's got kind of like the startings of like a fold over there. See it?
Yeah. So here, Trump's obviously a fatter guy, too.
Well, duh. But I mean,
it's a more fucking, you know. Yeah. Anyway.
What's going on with Putin?
Getting a little chubby in his older age.
A little hungry, man.
AP says it will no longer name suspects in minor crimes.
About fucking time. It's not newsworthy until somebody's been convicted of a fucking crime.
The Associated Press said Tuesday it will no longer run the names of people charged with minor crimes out of concern that such stories can have a long, damaging afterlife on the internet that can make it hard for individuals to move on with their lives. In doing so, one of the world's biggest news gathering organizations has waded into a debate over an issue that wasn't of much concern before the rise of search engines, when finding information on people often required going through yellowed newspaper clippings. Often the AP will publish a minor story, say about a personal arrest for stripping naked and dancing drunkenly atop a bar, that will hold some brief interest regionally or even nationally and be forgotten the next day. But the name of the person arrested will live forever online, even if the charges are dropped or if the person is acquitted, said John Danisowski, AP's vice president for standards. And that can hurt someone's ability to get a job, join a club, or run for office years later.
I mean, are they acting like that they didn't know this the whole fucking time?
I'm sure they did.
That's the thing. It's like, how long have they been publishing internet articles of this type? Probably 20 years, 15 years?
Long time. The AP, in a directive sent out to its journalists across the country, said it will no longer name suspects or transmit photographs of them in brief stories about minor crimes when there is little chance the organization will cover the case beyond the initial arrest.
Oh, obviously. Those are clickbait stories they're covering anyways.
How about this? How about re-examining the entire fucking concept of covering national crime outside of the area that it's relevant in at all?
Right. Yeah, unless it's something like a mass shooting or something like that.
Right. Some
national
huge
coverage.
Some huge national tragedy or some shit is one thing, but like a shooting in fucking Oklahoma shouldn't be national news. Like some dude taking one gun out, shooting somebody else. It's reported everywhere now. You know what I mean? Like, what's the point? How does that avail somebody in California?
We might miss Well, we might miss fun stories like man takes shit in
I never
Burger
thought I
King
heard this.
parking lot or something.
I never heard Paul say this. Paul wants to kill Florida man, TJ. He just said it. He wants to kill Florida man. You know what? Florida man's coming for you, Paul. I'm gonna call him up right now. He's trying to. You cannot kill Florida man, Paul. You cannot kill my entertainment.
You know this does mean that there are going to be less Florida. If the AP actually holds to their word on this, there's going to be less.
I know.
Florida man. Yeah.
I'm fine, dude. I want to. I'm calling a lawyer. Dude. I'm filing a lawsuit on behalf of Florida man. This is ridiculous. They would try to take Florida man away from us. These minor news stories might stay with these people's lives, but it gives us all a brief moment of entertainment. And what's more valuable than that? A brief moment of entertainment or someone's life? I'm gonna go with brief moment of entertainment. Personally,
they should just start giving them. They should just start calling everyone Alan Smithy. Today, Alan Smithy. You know
he gets around, doesn't he?
Honolulu police. 3 Honolulu police officers charged in killing of 16-year-old.
No way. No. Fake news. Fake news. I thought they were. Well, first of all, Hypocrisy AP thought they weren't going to report on minor crimes.
Yeah. A policeman has been charged with murder and 2 officers charged with attempted murder in connection with the fatal shooting of a 16-year-old boy, Honolulu prosecutor said Tuesday. The charges come after a grand jury last week declined to indict the same 3 officers in a shooting that killed, let's see, Aramember Saikap. Sorry if I probably butchered the pronunciation there. On April 5th, Jeffrey H.L. Tom was charged with 1 count of murder in the 2nd degree. Zachary K. Ani and Christopher Fredeluches were each charged with 1 count of attempted murder in the 2nd degree. Tom is a 5-year veteran of the Honolulu Police Department. Ani and Fredeluches have served in the department for 3 and 10 years, respectively. All 3 officers face up to life in prison without parole if convicted. A man who answered the phone at a number listed for Tom said he was not taking calls. Listed numbers for Ani and Fredeluches could not be immediately found. Interim Honolulu Police Chief Raid Vanek said that he was surprised by the prosecutor's decision to seek charges after the grand jury decided not to indict. This is highly unusual, and we are not aware of a similar action having been taken in the past. While we await the court's decision, we will continue to protect and serve the community as we've always done, he said in the statement. The officers will have their police powers removed and they'll be assigned to desk duty. Malcolm Lutu, the president of the State Police Officers Union, said in a statement, "We continue to trust the process and will continue to stand by our officers." Of course.
What even happened with this?
I don't know. I was hoping that this story would get into that.
Dude, that guy's...
All right.
That
police have refused to relieve...
That kid's last name is Psychop, dude.
Yeah.
Psychop.
I mean, come on. Do you need any more fucking plain, like...
Justification to murder him? Yeah.
His name... No, I'm just saying... He didn't even exist, dude. The whole thing is a psychop, dude.
Oh, psychop. Okay.
That's his name. Look at it.
Matt Devonch, special counsel Honolulu prosecutor Steve Alm, said it's unusual for prosecutors to ask a judge to find probable cause that a crime has likely been committed after a grand jury has declined to indict a person. He said the prosecutor wasn't bringing any new evidence for the case they didn't have when the case went before the grand jury. Eric Seitz, an attorney representing Skyap's family in a civil lawsuit against the city, and as of yet unidentified police officers, said he was gratified prosecutors were pursuing the case. "We have suspected from the beginning, when we began to get information about how the events unfolded, that the shooting was entirely unjustified," he said. "Now that we've seen further evidence that's contained and attached to the charges, there's no question in our minds that this was an event that could have been and should have been prevented." It is really weird for them to proceed with a case after a grand jury refuses to indict, but it's probably a good idea in this
What's
case.
even stranger is the article doesn't outline what the alleged circumstances of this
says
are.
that it just says that he was shot and that the police have refused to release the body camera footage from the shooting. Basically,
so what do we know after reading this? We know that a guy named I Remember Psychop was kind of maybe killed by some dudes, and there's man, I feel like I'm being fucking played reading this. Have I smoked myself too paranoid, dude? Maybe. I Remember Psychop is the guy's fucking name.
I remember Psychop, Paul.
I remember.
You can't. None of us can remember it, and there's no body cam footage because it wasn't there. TJ, it never happened.
Never.
Honolulu is not even an island, TJ. not even a place, not even a city. And if it was, it'd be filled with gay frogs.
Did you ever met anybody that's been to fucking Hawaii and returned to tell the tale?
Never.
Me neither.
Anyone that said they've been to Hawaii cannot prove they've been to Hawaii.
It's true.
As an island, it does not exist.
For the first time tonight.
Oh, shit. So maybe the footage did come out.
What happened?
What is this? I'm trying to fucking delve deeper into this. So
Okay, no, they're talking about the argument for withholding the footage. Okay.
So this is like an older story.
For the first time tonight, we'll see body cam video from the police shooting
I guess
that
they will.
killed a 16-year-old robbery suspect last month. It is not graphic, but shows the alarming chaos before the shots.
HPD still refuses to release the video, but Chief Investigative Reporter Lynn Kawano obtained it from law enforcement sources who wanted the public to know what happened.
So it was leaked.
The department cites juvenile protection laws as let the
This whole thing
You can see
stinks.
the Honda with Texas plates is not moving when the officer we refer to as Officer 1 first gets out of the squad car. He drops his rifle, picks it up, and puts it back into his squad car. You can hear other officers yelling orders at the suspect. Officer 1 then gets behind the Honda and fires 10 shots. Another officer, we'll call Officer 2, was approaching the passenger side of the Honda when Officer 1 started firing. Then the Honda accelerates. Officer 2 is now at the passenger side door. That passenger appears to be trying to get out when the vehicle takes off. Officer 2 loses his balance and rolls along the car before he and the third officer, off camera on the driver's side, also fire. The Honda crashes through a fence, then drops into a canal.
Don't move. He's probably
The
fucking
driver,
dead. They fired like
16-year-old
50 rounds into his
member
ass.
Psycap died after he was shot multiple times.
Wait a minute,
The
rewind
passenger
it. I want
who
to see how they
appears to
said
be
that
trying to
fucking
exit
name.
the Honda before the crash and then gets behind the camera on the driver's side, also fire. The Honda crashes through a fence, then drops into a canal. The driver, 16-year-old I Remember Psycap, died after he was shot multiple times. The passenger...
What the fuck is this dude's name?
I remember Psycap, baby.
Well, they're saying he's a minor.
So don't die if you have a fucking weird name, or
'Cause-
Paul will start questioning
Yeah,
the
dude.
reality of your death.
The reality of everything.
I remember Psycop. What the fuck is going on here?
They're lying to us. They're lying to us, boy.
What the hell's They're flaunting it in our fucking face. You see that shit?
I remember Psycop. I remember Psycop, TJ. I remember it.
Who got timed out? What'd they do?
They get spanked on their bottom.
Oh, yeah, that's probably a little much. I mean, I don't even disagree, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
I hate those things. Bad
I
chat
mean, I
member.
definitely do. It's wrong.
Don't say those things.
But yeah,
the
you gotta,
police are your friends.
everyone loves the police. Michael McCormick says mouse plague from regional Australia should be rehomed into inner city.
Why are you saying that?
Mouse plague should be diverted to cities to scratch the children of animal rights activists at night, acting prime minister says.
Oddly specific.
Okay.
So he wants
My
to.
question is to the acting Prime Minister. The New South Wales Agriculture Minister said about the horrific mouse plague, it's incredibly disappointing to hear the Commonwealth admit they've got no national response and throw their hands up as our regions face this problem. Why is the Morrison-McCormick government abandoning farmers when they need them most?
And I live in a community where they are ravaged as well by mice. And there is nothing worse than the stench of mice. There is nothing worse than having mice eat your grain. There is nothing worse than having mice running rampant.
I'm pretty sure there's worse things than any of those things. But
Australia's got some strange problems.
Like, come here and I'll pop your fucking eyeball out with this spoon. I have a feeling that's worse than having mice eat your grain, you know?
A mouse plague of Australia.
Around
dude.
your house, around your farm, around your factory. And then we have, of course, PETA, the people for the ethical treatment of animals coming out. I didn't hear the member for Melbourne
like I said, Peter.
endorsing them,
They've got
saying
PETA.
that the mice, the poor little curious creatures, should be rehomed. Well, I actually agree with Peter. They should be rehomed into their inner city apartments so that they can nibble away at their food and their feet at night and scratch their children at night. But this is a disgrace by Peter. We always stand ready to help our farmers.
Man,
I'll tell you what. Little Australian people arguing about their laws and whatnot is always so cute. You know what I mean?
I tell you
what
what
you gotta do about the mouse plague we got here. It's like,
you should put the mouse in the fucking city and let them scratch the
children.
Peter people. Let them scratch their kids in the fucking face and let's see how they like it, huh?
It's like a little fucking like window into a Hobbiton town council meeting or some shit, you know? I think it's outrageous that the Bumbleflums have allowed these mice to go unaddressed for so long. You know, just like sitting there getting all drunk, smoking pipe weed. Man, they're so cute over there.
Oh, they're so
they are, aren't they? Look at look at that video again. Find me one person that isn't adorable in that video.
All right,
all of them in their own way are adorable.
Adorableness check. Hold on, let's see if can I get this fucking full screen? No? Okay.
No, can't do it.
National
Guess
response
not.
and throw their hands up as our regions
Please?
face this problem.
All right.
Why is the Morrison-McCormick government
See, look,
abandoning
dude, adorable
I live in a
adorable
community
little old
where they
man.
are ravaged as well by mice.
Goofy,
And there
adorable
is
henchman
nothing
behind him.
Hey, you know what I noticed too? They got politicians over there that are under 1,000 years old. That's kind of cool.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
What are they doing over there in Australia?
Like, it looks like they're run by people in their fucking 40s, 50s, and 60s instead of like a bunch of ancient pact of fucking vampires who's just like,
There's
Count Orlok,
look,
every fucking one of them.
I think Australia dealt with their vampire problem like back in
nothing worse
the
than
old days. We haven't really dealt with ours yet.
The men should be rehomed.
There's an old guy.
For Melbourne.
There's their curmudgeon back there. Look at him.
He likes the mouse
My
plague.
contention is that the mouse plague should be rehomed, taken into the inner city of Hobbiton and thrown into the mansions of the Proudfoots and all of the upper crusties there.
Oh man, I love them over there, dude. I remember Psychop, dude. Another one. Fucking Australia isn't real. Get this out of here. Australia isn't real.
Australia don't reel. Come on.
Stop it,
Give
Australia.
it up.
Don't play.
I better
All
be
right.
careful. YouTube, I'm joking. I'm not actually a conspiracy
That's
theorist.
true. All of that is jokes. All right. So that concludes the pleb section of Flash Fried. The show goes on for a whole other hour, but you can't see it because you're plebs. So become a patron. Join us on the other side of the paywall. I promise you it's worth it. We get Friday shows that are usually like an hour plus long, sometimes hour and a half, 2 hours even, maybe even longer than that sometimes on occasion. Every Friday you get that stuff. And we also have for you some the other half of Flash Fried. We have our grease traps that we do Mondays and Fridays, all kinds of stuff waiting for you. On the other side of that, we got our movie commentary perk that we do. Every month we watch a movie, something in the public domain, and we make fun of it. It's usually pretty funny.
Dude, we doubled up on that perk for lovers of that perk this month because I watched the Matt Jarbo movie all the way through. I don't know if you...
Oh my God, you did?
I did, yeah.
Congratulations.
Hold on. How did that go?
It was horrible, but like it was horrible, but it was fun to make fun of. You know what I mean?
Cool. So yeah, Matt Jarbo. You guys remember Monday?
Was it called Moving Boulders? Or Moving Mountains?
In
perhaps?
search of.
In search of.
In search of boulders.
Which
okay.
honestly,
Gotcha.
you know,
there are a lot of boulders in it. Incidentally.
Yeah. And hey, guys,
Just saying.
I want to urge you guys, if you come to this channel and check this out, which I know a lot of you do, go check out some of our Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday episodes. This week we did one on the fashion of titties over the course. We had to call it fashion trends of breasts. If we were allowed to call it what I would have called it like
big old fat titties.
The history of big fat titties and how they're garbed.
I wanted to call it tits and ash and fashion, but you know.
Yeah, there you go. We did one on crazy rock star facts on Monday. Last week, we did coolest movie guns. We did awful movie sequels. We did ridiculous junk food myths you probably believe that we're going to disabuse you of. All kinds of cool stuff on our channel. So be sure to go around, look at all that stuff. And if you like it, become a patron, see the other half of this show and plenty of other shows like it. That's enough fucking sales pitch for you.
Get to the Patreon!
This
Get
is
there now!
This is over. This is over. Get out. Get out.
Go away with the